What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here tonight with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 3. This episode is titled Heaven is a Place in Potomac, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop checking out this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode, it opens up where we last left off. And you guys remember, we ended episode 2, with Ashley having a conversation with Wendy about the whole Osu thing. Now, like I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, I don't understand it. So I won't try to talk about it too deeply because, once again, it's just something that I don't understand. And I wish Ashley's big forehead ass would have minded her business and stayed out of it. Because, one, you put 20 on 10, Ashley. Like, let's be real about that. Now, we see Mia. So Mia is talking to Robin and telling her, like, she wants to be there for her. And boy, Robin lets her know that, she isn't running from anything. And I was like, well, you know what? I may not care for it. I may not care for Robin like that, but she ain't running from it. You ain't running from it now because you decided that you wanted to bring it to the show, and it's still very weird to think about the situation with her. Like, all this stuff happened prior to season 7, and you were saying that you wanted for Karen to bring it up, and it's just weird. And then you go on the podcast, like, everything with Robin, I will say, is very weird. I almost want to say it's meticulous, but it's not. It doesn't even feel like it's meticulous. I don't understand. I don't know what to say with her. Karen, what I will say though, watching Karen's face is my face the entire time. Because she then talked about the fact that she met up with Robin, Charisse, not Robin, but Charisse, Ashley, and Jazelle, and how Jazelle wanted her to be mad. And it's like, I don't know if Jazelle necessarily wanted you to be mad. I think Jazelle wanted you to wake up and smell the coffee and see what was right in your face. But again, it's Robin, and I don't think Robin gives a damn. And I know for a fact Juan doesn't give a damn, but it is what it is. Now, Karen and Robin went to the side to talk because Jazelle mentioned the fact that she told Karen that Karen owes Robin an apology. And Karen was like, and I feel like she owes me an apology. So Robin and Karen, like I said, they went to the side, they had the conversation. And basically, Karen was just saying to Robin, like, when it comes down to me and you, I won't repeat rumors that I hear about you, and I would expect the same for you. Only thing I'm going to come to you with is the real facts that I know about you. And I have to say I respect that, right? And so they agreed to doing that. Then we moved back to the table. And so Ashley's at the table at this point, right? And Ashley is talking to Wendy about her show that she's trying to, get off the ground, right? And the fact that she was in there talking about that the show wouldn't be for everybody with a certain intellect, with a lack of intellect, that is, right? And I was like, girl, is she deflecting? Is she just literally splashing this right onto Mia? Because I was like, the only person at this table with a lack of intellect would be Mia, right? And so we moved back over to Karen and Robin. They're still talking, right? So Karen asked Robin, is her marriage a traditional marriage or is her marriage an open one? Robin said it's a traditional marriage. I was like, traditional, my ass. Girl, your husband is never mine. Never the fuck mine. If you like it, I love it, right? So, so when Mia and Wendy, right? Mia is talking about the fact that when Wendy said she would never fuck with Mia. And hell, I wouldn't either. After you tossed a drink on me last season, ma'am, I wouldn't do nothing with you. And so she's like, you always talking about women's empowerment. Why don't you ever uplift me, Wendy? She said, because you're slow and I can't uplift you. I was like, I was here for Wendy when she told that girl, you are slow. Because I do think Mia's a little slow. And she has big ass feet. So before the thing is over, all the ladies were sitting together, right? And you guys remember Wendy said she's Catholic, right? So Wendy is inviting not everybody. She didn't invite Mia. She didn't invite NECA. She didn't invite Robin, Jazelle. She just invited Ashley, Karen, and Candace them to the communion that her sons are going to be doing. And so I'm cool with that. Robin in her interview decided that if this is her way of getting back at me for what happened last year, I'm not really worried about it. If you're not worried about it, why the fuck are you talking about it, Robin? Like, shut up. Shut up. You and your broad ass shoulders. Like, please hush, right? So then what I noticed was Jazelle. Jazelle, this whole entire time, she was just laser focused on Wendy. I'm like, ooh, is somebody a little pressed like a panini? Psst. Like, that's what it was giving to me. But let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, we got Jazelle. So it wasn't much with Jazelle, but what I will say is Jazelle and her daughter Grace. You guys know Grace is graduating from high school, right? And so Jazelle and Grace went shopping for because I guess it's prom time, and so they're looking for some stuff for prom for her. Now, Jazelle Bryant would be the absolute last person. When I say last, I mean last person that I would take any kind of advice from, be it hair, fashion, or makeup. Because her makeup is always god awful. Her wigs is, you know what I will say about Jazelle? Jazelle is a beautiful woman. I'm not going to sit here and hold you. I'm not going to deny that she's a beautiful woman. What I will say when it comes to Jazelle, Jazelle looks her best when she's wearing her real hair. Because whatever the fuck it is that Cal does on her for them wigs, you would literally think that Cal is still in beautician in school to learn how to do hair. And because Jazelle's wigs get worse and worse every season. I think that Jazelle looks best when she wears her real hair. Like that's the only time I think she looks decent. But makeup wise, it's always a no, right? There's one season of Real Housewives of Potomac, and I don't remember which season it was. There's a season of Potomac, I think it was season 3, where Jazelle has this interview look, right, with the producers, and it's just a slick back ponytail. It's just her hair that is slick back in a ponytail. That is one of the best confessionals she's had. Now I will say this one's the one that I saw in tonight's episode. Although I hate the top, her hair looks good because it's her real hair. That's the thing. When Jazelle wears her, if she would stop just going to Cal, I think if she would stop fucking with Cal, Jazelle will look semi decent, right? Because sometimes now her reunions are always a mess. Even in like the cast photo this season, her cast photo it's really the ponytail that does nothing for me. But as far as her outfit, she looks decent. And that's saying a lot for Jazelle. Then they talked about her dance. Oh God, I really, for the love of God, wish that Jazelle would just stop dancing. You know, we don't need to see it. I'm good on any. Oh, Jesus, I'm just good on Jazelle. Y'all know Jazelle is not my favorite person. Yeah, like this interview. I'm rewatching. I just turned the episode back on, and this hair, like her hair is really nice. Like I say, Jazelle looks her best is when she's wearing her real hair and not them ugly ass, fucked up ass wigs that Cal has. Even her makeup, her makeup is not good up under her eyes in her interview, but it's not the worst that I've ever saw Jazelle. The worst makeup that I've saw in Jazelle in her interview is that season when she looked like a fucking clown with that hot pink and all that shit that was on her face. Whoa, Jesus. Never do it again. Whoever did that makeup, I hope she has since fired them. And I hope that was not Every Hue Beauty, even though that's gone defunct. But that's neither here nor there. Now let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward, shall we? All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about lying ass Mia. Mia. Girl, you don't do nothing but lie. Like, I just don't understand Mia whatsoever. Mia is the type of person that you just don't want to have around you because she just fabricates shit and pulls shit out of her ass, right? So Karen went over to her home, and the funny thing is, Karen hugged her kids, but she was not going to give Mia that hug, right? So now that Mia and G are ousted from the company, they downsized on the apartment, and so now they've downsized and don't have a nanny. So I guess G is the nanny now, and I was like, why is never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. I really don't care. So Karen and Mia sat down, right? And Mia decided that she wanted to bring up the situation with she and Wendy calling her slow. And I was like, okay, you felt a way about her calling you slow. Then she brings up one of her sons. I think it's her baby, or it could be her oldest son. I don't remember which one is Jeremiah. I think it's her baby, and so her youngest son. And then she's talking about the fact that I guess you want to say that she felt triggered by that because I guess her son has a disability or a learning disability. I don't know which one it was. When it comes to me, I don't listen to half the shit that comes out of her mouth because it's a blatant ass lie. But yeah, she wants to flip that and make it like Wendy was talking about her son. Lady, she called Joe Bigfoot ass slow. She ain't mentioned nothing about your damn kids. Like, girl, go to hell. Respectfully or unrespectfully, go to hell. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, we got Candace. So Candace, we first saw Candace in the episode. So you guys know Candace was on her tour, and once again, congratulations to Candace. Once again, I'm gonna ask a question. This is not being shady or anything. Has anybody been to see Candace? If you guys have, let me know. What did you guys think about the concert? I would love to know. We only saw the brief clips on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I ain't saw nothing from Candace's tour, so that's no shade to Candace, right? But we then did see Candace. So Candace and Wendy met up, and we were introduced to the new friend of Kiana. Well, on Twitter, people were calling. I remember before the season started, people were saying Kiana, but I think her name is Kiarna, or something like that, because there's an R in that woman's name from what they said and how Wendy said her name. And we've met her before, but we didn't know who she was. She was at the season 5, that first event that event after the whole situation with Candace and Monique, right? When Wendy didn't invite Monique. I forgot what that event was, but it was the one where Robin showed up with that ugly ass red wig on her head. That I remember. But yeah, we are introduced to Kiana. I am so ready to get a camera, you guys, because keeping up with this phone and trying to make sure that there's enough memory to record these videos is annoying as hell to me. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about the new girl, the friend of Kiana, however you pronounce her. That's what it was. I was trying to say how you pronounce her name. I have to go listen to what Wendy said again. Now they're sitting down talking, right? And so Wendy is telling Candace about the situation with, she met, what's that girl's name? Neka. And I got how you pronounce her name. It's Ineka. That's how you think. I think that's how you say her name, Ineka. Ineka. I think that's how you say the young lady's name. But again, they're saying her name wrong. They're saying Neka. And I went back and listened to last week's episode. She said, "Oh, we just have to make it easy for them to say it." No, babe. If people are saying your name wrong, correct it. Like the one thing that I'm gonna always do is correct people when they say my name incorrectly, because people call me so many different names, and I very well enunciate my name. When I say my first name, especially when I'm at work, people want to come at me and say, "Oh, okay, Joe." That is not my name. My name is not Joe. I did not say Joe. And so when I ask people what their name is, and they tell me, I get their name wrong. I spell their name wrong. I call them the wrong name just to let them know, hey, you call me the wrong name. Like, don't do that. My mom gave me my particular name. She didn't give me that. People have asked me plenty of times before, do you go by this? Do you go by that? Do you go by this? Well, do people call you this? Like one woman asked me, literally, it was a few years ago. I think it was 2015, 2016. And I specifically told this woman what my name was. And she heard me when I said my name. And so she was like, oh, kind of like such and such, right? And so she says, well, do you go by Jerry? I said, no, ma'am, I don't go by Jerry. I go by the name that I told you, right? And so she's like, well, I think I want to call you Jerry. I was like, if you call me Jerry, I will not answer to you. I won't answer that because that is not the name that my mom gave me. That is not a nickname that my family gave me. I don't know where you're coming up with Jerry. That is not my fucking name. Call me what I told you my first name is. If you can't call me by that, then don't address me. And I tell people that a lot of times. If you can't get my name correct, then you don't have to address me at all because what I'm not gonna be is disrespected. So I kind of felt the way when she said that. We make it easy for them. No, the fuck we don't. I don't make like even if my name. And the thing is, my first name, my middle name, neither one of those two are hard to pronounce, but people always get them wrong. People always get them wrong, and people always want to spell them wrong. People want to spell my last name, my middle name with my first initial, and my middle initial with my first initial. It's just like, nope, that's not how you spell it. That ain't how you spell it. Oh, Jesus. How did I get into this tirade about names? But it is what it is, right? So Wendy is telling Candace about what Ashley told her. I'm so glad that Candace clocked it, that it was just Ashley being messy. I was like, thank God. That's all Ashley was doing was being messy. Now let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Now, speaking of Hey Arnold Stewie, aka Ashley, we see her and Karen, they're out shopping, right? And so they're shopping for an outfit for the communion, and they were asked to wear yellow, right? Now, Karen is asking, how things will be for Ashley with her being around Candace for the first time, right? And, she's like, Candace doesn't want me to say anything to her. I can respect that. I was like, can you really? Because we know how you are. But we'll see how Ashley plays things out, right? So then Karen asked her about the lawsuit with Michael and Candace, and she says that Michael hasn't really talked to her about it. I don't believe that. No, I do not believe that Michael has not had a conversation with you about that damn lawsuit. And like I said in last week's review, I think that lawsuit is bullshit. Like Michael, like even Karen said, we saw it on, like you, there have been so many instances with you on this show, and you let that be the straw that break the camel's back. The cameramen, two cameramen have said something about you grabbing their asses. You grabbed Andrew's ass in season 1 of Potomac. So I don't understand how Michael's business was so affected by what Candace said about him allegedly sucking a man's dick. How is that any worse than a sexual assault allegation? How is that worse? Please explain that to me. But that's neither here nor there, you guys. I really don't care. Now, while they're talking, Ashley is telling Karen how she may have misrepresented the conversation that she had between her and NECA with Wendy. And I was like, girl, you knew you did that when you sat down with that woman. You just wanted to start some shit. And you guys, I'm going to talk about NECA in a little bit because I think she is coming off, I don't think she's going to come off likable. I said I was going to try to give her a chance, right? And I'm still going to give her a chance, but the way that this episode ended and the editing of the episode at the end, I did not necessarily like it. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So Wendy, we see her as she's with her kids, and Eddie, and they're talking about the communion. What I did think was funny and cute was to see her when she was 7 years old and when she had her first communion. Wendy still looks the exact same. So we also found a little bit more about Wendy. So her mom is Catholic, and I think she said her dad was like Protestant. He's also a pastor. And so her parents did divorce because her dad was, heavily into his, religion. And I guess that was a issue of contention between her parents, right? I mean, that's something you got to sit down and talk about before you get. There are a lot of things that I think some people don't talk about before they get married. Are we going to have kids? When we have kids, how are we going to raise them? Are we going to raise them Catholic? Are we going to raise them Baptist? Whatever. I think sometimes people don't have those conversations, and then when you get into actually being married, and then you start a family, then you realize you guys aren't as compatible as you necessarily thought you were. And it's very interesting. So she's also telling Eddie about, inviting all the ladies with the exception of Jazelle, Robin, Charisse, whoever else, to the communion. And then she told him about the stuff that Ashley had informed her about NECA. Now, what I will say is when NECA was asking about Wendy being a doctor, she's like, is it a PhD? And I think she was just being more inquisitive than she was being shady. But you guys can tell me if you guys agree or disagree. And then we see as everyone showed up to the communion, right? Now, what I will say about Ashley, girl, why did you put that dress on? I mean, your titties were, and now granted, I know Karen had a top on and you can see, her titties were out, but ain't nobody's titties more exposed than Ashley's. I'm like, damn, girl, you couldn't do nothing about these titties? She talking about, I'm just to learn how to dress myself. Girl, go to hell. And then Wendy's mama, baby. Wendy's mama was ready. She came in shading the hell out of Mia. And we love it. Love it, love it, love it, right? And so that's when Ashley decided that she wanted to tell Wendy that she, reiterated what the conversation that was happening between she and Ineka incorrectly. I was like, girl, you knew that from the jump, but that's neither here nor there. You just wanted to get some shit started. Now let's pause here and wrap up the episode, you guys. Now let's wrap it up with Boy Robin. So Boy Robin and Ineka, they had lunch together. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's Ineka, but we'll just say Neka. So Neka, this is where I'll say I got confused in the episode because Neka was talking about Wendy and she was talking about when they met at the party and how Wendy was looking at her, came up to her like it was their first time meeting. But she said she met Wendy at a concert before and at a party. But you never said that you knew her. So and literally Wendy said it. We met through passing. So you don't really know this woman. So when she came up to you, yes, this is the first time y'all are in a actual setting where y'all are getting introduced to one another. It's probably, because the way she's talking to him, it's like, oh, it was like a hi and, hi, I saw you before. Hi. Something like that. It wasn't nothing that deep. And so I really do feel like with NECA or whatever, NECA, I do feel like she is putting 20 on 10. And I also, so I know a lot of people don't watch Real Housewives of Miami, but she was talking to Robin at one point in the episode talking about they need to go out for some cockies. I was like, oh my God. The only person that I know that says cockies is that drunk ass Marisol from Real Housewives of Miami. I was like, oh, so you was a fan, huh? And so then after this, she said that she was expecting some aggression from Wendy at Ashley's event. And I was like, if you were expecting some aggression from her, then why did you hug her when she came up to you? Like, that gives fake as fuck to me, but let me know what you guys think. So then she's saying that there's some issues between her family and Wendy's family, and I think it's more so her in-laws, because she says her sister-in-law knows their family, and her sister-in-law is telling her, this is coming from NECA. We ain't heard nothing from his sister-in-law, but allegedly Wendy's mama said something to her sister-in-law about the fact that she is going around using Wendy's name to come around this group of girls. And I was like, huh? Okay, I mean, I guess. So then she went on to say that Wendy's mama told her sister-in-law that she has a shrine and that if she prays against you, go look at the people that she's prayed against. And I guess their lives are in turmoil or something. I was like, and then Boy Robin would say, oh, so she must have prayed against me. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Little Bill. We ain't finna play that game because, bitch, your husband was cheating on you long before you and Wendy even got into it. So do not play those games, girlfriend. You said the pandemic. Wendy was on the show. You and Wendy, during the pandemic, were cool with each other because season 5 of Potomac had filmed long before the pandemic. We got season 5 during the pandemic. So little Bill, Miss me with the bullshit. You got miss me with that. Miss me with that. And that's why I say I didn't like the way that this episode ended, because we get this woman over here talking about her mama has a shrine and prays against people, but then we go over back to the communion where her mother is saying a prayer over her grandchildren. That was kind of fucked up. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section below. Oh my God. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.